Morning all, here we are, another SnowRunner clip. In this one I'm delivering two 40-foot containers to a warehouse, and that will be finishing that mission, which will actually open the warehouse, which will mean I'll be able to get goods from that warehouse to be able to complete other tasks. Usually early on in the gameplay, there's only so many warehouses where you can draw goods from, so by opening up, doing the tasks and opening up more warehouses, it means that you have goods closer to where they have to go. Usually I like to get those sorts of things done early, which is all part of the game. Which is something I enjoy, is the logistics side of the game, working out and prioritizing what needs to be done in what order to benefit missions later on. So here we've just caught the barge over to a new map, well, not a new map, but the secondary map. Once again we're using the Royal BM. Definitely one of the regulars. Also, this is my unfortunate encounter with this trailer that I'm using. It's a mod trailer, but for some reason they've made the suspension very soft, so as you can see, like going over some of the undulations, the trailer leans way over. Which eventually comes to bite me. I can't remember whether I have trouble in this mission or one of the following missions. Unfortunately, some of these maps don't have a garage, so not so much a garage, but a trailer shop where you can pick up different trailers. So this map doesn't have a garage or a trailer shop, which means another trailer is quite a distance away, so at the end of the day you use what you have. Approaching a warehouse now. I don't think this is the... Oh no, this is a small township. Just going to try and sneak this trailer through this gap. Got a bit of damage there. It's probably not ideal, but the alternative is a trip around the foreshore on ice, which is, yeah, it's pretty horrible. Inside the cab now. It's just getting a bit too cold outside. Got the heater cranked up. The nodding dog is approving. Unfortunately, there's no tunes in this truck. Oh, I just realised this is not a mission to open a warehouse. This is taking supplies to a quarry, I think. Some of these quarries can get quite crazy. Some of the routes you have to use to get down them. The ledge there just breaking away. Another cool addition they added recently. Doesn't really do much, but it's just a cool addition. Makes the immersion into the game a lot more real. Cranking out low range. Diff locks in. More of the ledge breaking away. It's definitely a pretty long haul into these quarries. This quarry is pretty good to gain access to. Some quarries in previous seasons were quite drastic. I think they're possibly trying to make things a bit more realistic in terms of real world. It's definitely not there yet. So that's the first container delivered. Trusty Azov Park there from previous delivery. Some of the early seasons were just too far from reality, I felt myself. Some of the locations that required large trailers to be delivered, where they were basically dragged over rocks. Just at the end of the day, you have to do it to complete the task, but it just didn't sit well. But each season just gets better and better. I think this game's longevity is quite good. The good thing is there's quite a lot of content to each season, in my opinion. Even for someone who plays the game quite a lot, I think generally a new season is released before most people will finish the season they're on. I know, I'm pretty sure I'm at least excuse me, 2 or 3 seasons behind, so heaps to look forward to. Making my way up out of the quarry. Shadows are getting long, so it must be getting on in the day. graphics are just amazing. It just never gets old. Back onto the bitumen and back in the cab. It is good driving from a inside point of view. You just don't have enough peripheral vision to use it in tight spots. I think this would be a good game in VR. Oops. Just heading up this rise so we can go over the other side to the port, catch the barge back. At least the port on the other side has got the cargo we need, so will be a quick pick up and return. Just cruising along. Low range, diff locks in. The trailer hasn't seemed to be a problem in this one. It must be one of my following deliveries. I'm guessing with this task even though it moved around a lot, I didn't have any problems, so I was lured into a false sense of security, one might say. Much to my detriment. Here we are, onto the barge. Back to the harbour. Just backing up to the container loader. Sometimes reversing goes really well and makes you think that you have pretty mad reversing skills. Other times, not so much. So here we are, loaded up, ready to head back. Getting into night now. Back on the barge. Over to Lake Libiri. Generally, I'm not I'm not a fan, but driving at night in these conditions is fraught with danger. It's very hard to be able to properly see some of the undulations and the terrain you have to drive over. Often you just have to be just a lot more cautious. This mission's not too bad. Of the tracking that we're going over is not that bad. It's just some locations are just very difficult at night, simply because you just can't see the terrain properly. In car at night though is very cool. It's just so good to see the instruments lit up and the dash. I understand more with this in snow when you hear people talk about snow blindness or whiteout. Then you can see this with the lights, how it makes it very hard to see the vehicle tracks and what's ahead. They kind of just disappear, so you have to be a bit more cautious. But a lot of these, if you've done, after you've done a number of missions where you've travelled the same roads, you are quite familiar with them. Especially by the time you're on some of the last missions, you seem to don't need to use the map as much. Just here I make a mistake where, in my haste to disengage the diff locks, I hit the winch and I couldn't work out why it was pulling to the left, and it's because I had the winch attached. Eventually I worked it out, of course. But these things happen. Even the detail inside these cabs are amazing. You can actually look around inside the cab and all the detail is there. Which, unless you actually look to see if it's there, you would never know. So it's just great that they go to that trouble. Here we are at the Quarry site. Time to descend into the darkness. You can see down here as I swing wide to turn into this like hairpin turn. You know, for a brief second you do lose vision of the road. It's only because I've travelled this road a couple of times that I know that it's there, but you definitely can't see as much of the terrain in cab. Plus with this trailer that sways all over the place, it's probably a good thing that I can't see what's going on behind me. Not far to go, just about there now. I think with this mission there must be another portion to whatever this is, to completing. I think after I deliver this container it just says stage complete, so there's obviously another task later on that will complete whatever this is, whether it's whatever's, maybe it's getting a drilling rig set up, or I'm not too sure. Amazing night sky, northern lights. Down onto the quarry floor now. Fairly large drilling rig there. I'm guessing at some stage I'm going to have to tow that out of here to somewhere else, another location. And that's that task done and dusted for now. Thanks everyone for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.